Good morning. Good morning. It's another show of the chain reaction from your favorite people. I'm LaDonna. This is your host.
So
And we're live.
we're going to talk about preseason week 3, otherwise known as dress rehearsal. Before we get into it, prayers up for Lamar Miller.
Mhm.
Uh, they fear that he may have torn his ACL, something that's a tough injury. Uh, Hopefully he'll be back soon. And yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, last night was I liked it. I liked everything about it. There might be a few kinks, but the overall game and the overall team, I was very happy.
I hate to say it, and I've said this before. He's gonna make me eat my words, and I hope that he does.
Yeah.
So he did well. He was what 2 of 5,
2 for 5, 24,
22.
22 yards with
TD.
and a TD.
He did have a bad throw, but that could be chalked up to miscommunication between what the route was supposed to be between him and the receiver. But speaking of the receiver, Michael Gallup, he really showed out that game. He ran good routes. He got open. He was behind the defense. Um, yeah, he was good.
Yeah, he was. I liked it. I liked everything about it. I liked how he. There was one play that Dak messed up, and that was to Gallup. And I really think that he could have took it to the house. But other than that, that was probably the only play I said I wish we could take back.
But all in all, it was a good job for the starters.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have our starting O line out there. Tyron Smith didn't play. Lyle Collins, he was out there. Martin wasn't out there, so hopefully they'll be ready by week 1 of the season. Because we know the starters ain't playing for week 4 of the season.
No,
That's a make it or break it for the other guys on the team on the training camp. So where we should not be expecting any of the starters and the people and the players that for sure gonna make the team on the 53-man roster. So we should not see any of them in the playing field in week 4.
I think the only person that I'm kind of worried about right now, and I was just talking to a few guys, and he's not a starter technically, but we did draft him kind of high. And Mike Weber only had what 5 carries, 17 yards, and he hasn't looked that great. Like he hasn't been him like the guy that he was supposed to be.
Yeah, but I mean, look, when is he coming in? If he's coming in with the backups, the backups ain't doing nothing. They ain't blocking nothing. So,
But Tony Pollard is out there with the backups, and he still has more yards. Even Chun right now, Jordan Chun has more yards than him, and he's coming in with the backups. My thing is, I've been talking, and there's a couple of us that think that Jordan Chun is going to outshow Mike Weber, and Mike Weber is going to probably make the practice squad. He's not going to make first team like they think the reason they drafted him for.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's just you see how things go after after all that.
Can we talk about this thing called defense?
What about it?
Because they showed up last night.
They showed up and showed out.
Like everyone on the defensive side showed up. Like let's start with Tucker Charlton. He was a wreck last night, but carried over from last week. he did some things. He did limp off the field. I think it could have been just a cramp issue.
No, it was an ankle.
His ankle.
It was an ankle. They said he's
Hopefully-
fine, but he is going to get an MRI on his left ankle. But they said in the interview, he was fine.
I hope he'll be ready. But he.
I hope he makes the team. I hope this carries over to the season, because this is the taco that we get every year. We get this great preseason out of him, and then his actual season, he disappears, and it's like, sigh.
I hope he's okay, and if he makes the team, I hope he brings the same intensity he's been bringing the last couple of weeks in preseason to actual season, and make it count. Joe Thomas, the linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
That dude is making a statement to take over Sean Lee's spot.
Do you know they said the last time the Cowboys had a blocked kick punt, like in the
2015?
game? Yeah. Like, seriously?
Yes.
Like, when I heard that, I was like, seriously? Like, we should be doing this at least once a season. I understand it's hard, but at least one. We should not be going 4 years. Right now, 4 years without a blocked punt.
That's about Joe Thomas, though. That special team, that block punt that he had, and then recovered it for the touchdown. That was great.
Yeah.
And then when he was in linebacker spot, running the defense when Jalen Smith and Van Der Esch went out, to get their rest to have the other linebackers take their shot. He did well. He's fast. And speaking of fast, the whole defense looked fast. Defense was fast.
Yeah, they clicked.
They were running to the ball. They didn't have any mishaps. And the defensive line was getting in on Deshaun Watson. He was getting in.
Dex said you love defense. And I was like, yeah, he's like Dre. He's definitely, him and Dre, that's what they like. They love defenses.
I do.
Yeah.
Whenever I played football, I played mainly defense. So I'm gonna take side with defense. But yeah, the defense when they play when the defensive line plays like that, when they play disruptive, it makes everything from the linebackers back a whole lot easier for them to cover, to make their assignments. Because if the defensive line ain't doing their part, you can forget about everyone else in the back, because they're gonna be running into each other.
They did play lights out last night, and it was kind of like, even though people are talking about it's preseason, it's always something when we play the team in your same state. It's that rivalry, like no matter what, it's preseason or not.
Yeah.
We feel like we could still talk shit, because if the Texans would have won, how many memes we would have saw about the Cowboys? And then people are coming out saying, well, it's just preseason. We understand that. But it's the rivalry between two teams in the same state that makes it so much better that we shut them out with backups of backups. Like our B and C squad. Our A squad shut down Watson. Like, he didn't get nothing.
Watson didn't look comfortable at all.
No.
I don't know what it was with him, but he did not look like his normal self
at all.
And give credit to the defensive line to keep it that way the whole game.
Yeah.
But yeah, the D line put some things in the works. They end up making the coaches know, hey, we're ready for this season start.
Oh yeah. I was very, I've been on that taco train since he got here. So I was very happy to see him. He got 2 solos, 2 sacks, and 2 quarterback hits.
And 2 fumbles.
And
2 forced fumbles and 1
2 forced fumbles and 1 fumble recovery. Him and Frazier got the fumble recovery. I don't know what they ate before the game. I don't know. Keep eating. Whatever song you heard before the game, play that song again. If you ate a special meal, eat that special meal again. If you did some type of pre-workout, something different, keep doing it.
Yes. Well, whatever it was, whatever. I don't know if it's that Michael Irvin pump up video that they saw before the game.
But that was for not even for them.
I know, but they could have seen it in the screens back there. Who knows? But whatever it was, whatever clicked, whatever Jason Garrett said to them during the week.
Yeah.
Keep that intensity throughout the rest of the season, because this is what we need. Our defense looks fast, and I have no complaints for what I saw in this game from our defense. Offense, it needs a little bit of work. Again, not all of our starters were there in the offensive line.
But as overall, if I don't expect excellence because we have who we have as our QB, but if we have a couple bumps, but we can still make it down the field, I'm happy with that. Especially that play, I looked you in the face because you immediately said, "There goes a sack," and he got out of the sack, and he found Gallup in the end zone. If he could continue to do that, we have to keep doing it. We can't do what he was doing earlier, turning into the sack and throwing it away.
Yes.
And if not throwing it away out of bounds, he was throwing it to Casper.
If you got pressure coming up from this side of your offensive line, and you're gonna spin towards them, that defender does not have to make the straight line coming this way. He just has to go straight up the field and make contact. And that's what he did last season, and that's what hurt us. If you're gonna spin around towards the sideline, not just doing the half spin and just go 10 yards back and you're just turning around, the defender will hit you every single time.
Yeah.
And of course, if you see him come up this way, why not step up into the pocket?
Yeah.
I don't understand that, but
he's done that his whole career. So I don't know if he's it's almost kind of like I don't want to say like a natural thing for him, but that's something that he definitely didn't work on. You can tell because he's still doing it. But you can tell it's something that he's it just happens. And he's it's not he tries to go the opposite way. I think it throws him off.
Well, he did decent, and I've said it on the show many times. I hope he makes me eat my words, and last couple weeks he has. I'm not complaining. I just want to see this carry on in the regular season, and not just the preseason to do some things. And of course, the playbook ain't fully opened in preseason.
Yeah.
So we have yet to see how the plays will be called in the season, and what our game plan, how we're going to attack. Are we going to still be that predictable Cowboys that we have always seen? We can sit on the couch and be like, oh, it's going here, or it's going here, or this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I hope it's not like that, because if we can predict the plays, imagine what the defensive coordinators on the other team is doing.
We got a comment saying they are mostly impressed in the fact that Cooper Rush is so comfortable under pressure and throwing the ball. I trust him if Dak went down. And that's what we were talking about last week, how he is looking so much better
than last season.
I don't know what happened, and I'm happy. Whatever happened, I am proud of it, because last year, and I was even telling Dex, I was even telling Mike, I was telling Dre, if Dakota goes down, I am scared what's going to happen if Cooper has to take over.
Yep.
And now Cooper is making me eat my words a little, because he is looking like the quarterback we need. We don't need him to look like, we need you just to fill in and keep the team going
until the starter comes back.
Yeah.
15 to 25, 173 yards.
Not shabby.
No, for how long? How much did he play? Like majority of the first half.
Majority of the first half, and his I think his rating was like a 90. No, it was a little bit over that because Dakota's was 93.3. But who had the best percentage last night was the guy that had the worst last week, Mike White. Mike White had the worst quarterback rating percentage, and he has stepped up and he actually had the best this week.
6 of 9, 56 yards on the TD.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he's going to make the team. I'm not going to say he's going to be our backup, but he looked better than what he did last week, which is way better because, last week I was ready to give him to the Hounds. Like, y'all can just have him. Like, we don't need him.
And we don't know what the Cowboys are going to do. Are they going to roll with 2 quarterbacks or 3 quarterbacks?
More likely just 2.
So,
when was the last time they ran with 3?
when Romo was here.
Because he was every time he touched him, I was like,
Yeah.
Well, we don't have that. Thank you, Brodus. That's LA 3-point conversion. Check them out. They're amazing. Different podcasts, write-ups, everything. But check them out. Thank you for the comment. Go ahead. Sorry.
Going back to the defense, CJ Goodwin got an interception on a deep ball thrown by Webb. That was a hell of an interception.
Yeah.
I know, was it last week where CJ Goodwin, not just him, but the whole secondary, they were trying to make the big hit rather than wrap up and tackle.
Mm-hmm. And we were talking about that. I was like,
yeah,
that's all you need to do.
Fundamentals. Keep it simple. Going for the big hit, yes, it looks good on tape, but you look like a fool when you hit that dude and he stays on his feet and takes it to the house. I mean, that does nothing. Wrap up and take him to the ground.
Exactly, because we were complaining. Like, I understand I'm just a girl and I haven't really tackled because I've never played football, but I did have to learn how to tackle one of those dummies for softball. They made us go over there and run and tackle it, and I learned real quick. If you don't wrap up and tackle, that thing's going to fly off of you. So if that thing's going to fly off of you, a human is going to do the same thing.
Yeah. So, but that was a great interception, and I don't have any complaints with the secondary. I mean, the 1 or 2 plays where the receiver got behind him.
Yeah.
But our defensive line did their work and got to the quarterback, either disrupted the throw, the timing, or just got sacked. They did great.
Wilson got an interception as well. Donovan Wilson, he got an interception. He was the other one that got the interception. Last week I talked about there was no sacks last week. 0. We had a total of 8 this week.
Yes. Like I said, the defense from last week to this week, they impressed.
Yeah.
They made a statement. I think they heard
my complaints.
Okay.
They heard us.
We are not this big yet.
Yes, we are. Strictly Prohibited is going to get up there, and they heard me. They heard me. I don't care what you say.
Anyways, they heard someone.
Yeah.
Right? They
someone had to mention it. It wasn't just us.
Someone lit a fire under the ass, and they went to work in a show. And like I said, I hope this is what we'll see, later on in the season.
Hyder, 51. Yes, Kerry Hyder, 2 sacks. He's another one that is surprising me because I think he only has signed like a 1 year. I think he's only on a 1 year deal. He has shown it. Everything. Everybody had halves, but him. There was like a couple ones, but him and Taco. Let's see. On your sacks, it was him and Taco that had 2.
Jalen Jones. He had 4 tackles, 2 for loss. And Justin Phillips, 3 tackles, 1 assist on the tackle.
Covington was the other one that I liked last week.
Yeah, the tackling was much better. You see a whole lot of players getting multiple tackles. Even the linebackers and the CBs getting in on the action.
Yeah.
So you know they're flying everywhere. And last night, again, I have to say it again. What really impressed me was the speed that we showed on defense. The speed for the linebackers, of course, with Jaden Smith and Van Der Esch showing that speed. The defensive line showing the strength and getting that dirty work in the trenches. And then, of course, the secondary showing the speed to keep up with the receivers.
I heard this week that Devin Smith, he has 6 receptions, 79 yards. I heard he was getting first team reps this week in practice.
The place of Amari.
And not even the place of Amari, because I think Amari's going to be there, but he's doing it right now. But Amari should be back week 1. From what I'm hearing and from what I'm reading, he should be there. Taco might sneak onto the roster. Well, he's on there. Taco is on the roster, but Taco is on the bubble. This is his make or break it. Whatever he's doing right now, he has to continue doing it. Next week, even though he's been doing good these last 2 weeks, and he had a monster game today, if he does not have a great game next week, that can be a break moment for him, just because he's on the bubble, and there might be somebody else that is killing it on the backups, because I was so disappointed in him last season. So disappointed. Taco just disappeared.
He needs to, and that's why he's in there for so long and not being taken out when the starters are taken out.
Yeah.
So they want to see what he can do with everyone and to see if he's going to be consistent bringing that pressure. And the last 2 weeks seems like he has been consistent.
He's been very consistent, what I said, but this is what he does in preseason. He looks very consistent, and then he disappears. So that's another factor that they're going to factor in to keep him in. Should we keep him in or not?
It depends on his work ethic. I mean, if he keeps this up in the week 4 preseason, he'll sneak on, like you said. He'll sneak onto the roster, and then and with him, zero tolerance. The first sign that we see that he's starting to disappear, cut him. That's what I think, because we're not trying to do any more experimentals. We already got one on the experimental right now by the name of Gregory. So
I'm tired. I'm tired. No offense to Gregory. I understand what he's doing. We just talked about this on the Red Cup rants, and I literally said, I understand he is smoking weed for his bipolar. He doesn't want to take the medication. I get it. I have a cousin that's bipolar, and so I get it when he's not on it, and I get it when he's on it. I get it. My whole thing is, this kid does not get in any trouble whatsoever. He does not get any trouble. And the reason he's getting in trouble is because he's smoking weed for it. I understand it's illegal, so do not come at me, well, it's illegal, this and that. But if this is what he is getting in trouble for, let him do it. Make weed legal. Stop busting these players. And if that's the only reason they're in trouble, it'd be different if he was abusing his girlfriend, wife, kid, killed somebody. But smoking weed?
And this is legal in how many states?
Several. I don't even, we're up to 5?
NFL teams
6?
in
those
states. I mean,
yeah.
They already started taking, writing tickets instead of taking people to jail with possession of, a certain amount of weed or less. But still, he knows the rule. It is not acceptable with the NFL. If you're tested positive, you're going to be suspended.
Yeah, and I get it, and I'm not, I get it.
For right now, when NFL not accepting marijuana, he needs to
He's
adhere
kind of
to.
alternative.
So he find an alternative or stop. Or I'm sorry, but the Cowboys, they need to let him go. Because what he's suspended right now, and when can he return or even apply to return?
He's applying right now. He could
apply.
Yet. No, I think he just did it within like the last week.
So
he was supposed to do it, I think, a month ago. He was talking about doing it, and then I just saw an article saying he just did it, like right after Gordon got reinstated. That's then articles about him start coming out saying he was about to do it. But you want to laugh? I got a joke. Knock knock. Redskins. Case Keenum is their starting quarterback. He's not that great. I'm sorry. I had to have a moment. That was my good joke for the morning because I just got the update saying that he was named.
Thank you, Cowboys React, for subscribing.
Yeah, and I'm loving that we're getting new people. I'm loving that everybody's taking, because we're different. Not too many people get a husband and wife and we click. But I'm saying sometimes we don't click. This is preseason. Wait till the real season because they ain't gonna be this calm. It's not. It's definitely not. But back to what I was saying about Devin Smith, I do think he might be on the team like as the fourth wide receiver or somebody's backup. I think we're going to have him. He showed out. Marcus Lucas showed out. It's kind of making me feel like Tavon Austin is on the bubble, but I still think he's going to make the team, even though like he's, where are we going to do with him? Because last year it was the same situation. They didn't really use Tavon like the Rams used Tavon. And that's the reason they drafted him, was to use him like he was with the Rams. But you drafted Pollard, which is a replica, what you're going to do with Tavon. Pollard can do it, and he's a rookie. So do you want to keep Tavon and pay him more, or keep the rookie? Because you have two players that can basically do the same.
But one has experience. I think that's where it comes down to.
And I get that. And I get that it's experience, but, we've seen funnier cases happen.
Hey, we're not the ones writing the checks. We're not. Our names ain't on the front office.
I would keep Austin. I would keep. I would keep them both if it was me.
No, Pollard's gonna be. He's gonna be there.
Yeah, Pollard's going to definitely be there. But I'm just saying that's what I mean. Pollard's going to be there. We know he's going to be there. But what does that leave for Tavon if Devin Smith is stepping up? We have Randall Cobb. We have Gallup. We have Amari.
But see, like half those names that we're reading, they're not going to be there week one.
Okay, and that's why I didn't name them.
But the other guys you named, they're going to be there. They're going to be coming in when we have a 5 wide out set.
Yeah,
they're going to come in. They're going to also come in when they sub out to get a breather. So they got so wide receiver. Yes, we're stacked with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But then those gadget plays, that's Randall Cobb, that's Tavon Austin. So those gadget plays, those guys.
I hope we have some more gadget plays because we didn't really have gadget plays last year.
This is Kellen Moore's offense. Like I said,
please more.
But we haven't seen the playbook open up. This is preseason.
I know, and I understand that, but I'm having faith. I'm trying to have faith because I almost cried when they said he was the coach.
Well, week one is when we're gonna find out to see what kind of
my
plays.
Birthday.
Because, like I said, are we gonna be the same old predictable Cowboys, or are we gonna be who the hell is this team Cowboys?
Yeah, I hope it's the second option. because the first option got boring to watch. Like, no offense, I love my team, but that game that was on ESPN, I think they stopped doing it. It was like guess the next play, like guess the next, and I was getting them like, all right. I shouldn't be getting them all right.
That shouldn't be happening.
No.
Speaking of who needs to be there, who should be there, let's talk about Zeke and that contract negotiation process, progress. They offered him to be the second highest paid running back behind Todd Gurley, and apparently, from rumors that Zeke was leaving Cowboys to come back to Dallas for this to take this talks a little further. But then there were also reports of Marshall Faulk going to Cabo to help train Zeke. So
I heard Marshall Faulk was in Cabo before the deal
was offered.
Yeah, he was down there before it dropped.
So
he might still be down there, but I have not. I saw the rumors that he was coming back. I think I shared it with you that he was coming back, but I have not seen anything else. I got one update last night saying they were still in the talks with both of them, Zeke and Dak.
So I mean, that's something to watch. I'm pretty sure they didn't want to do anything like to announce the deal being made before the game was played yesterday. So we might hear something here early part of this week, either Monday or Tuesday. But if that's the case, we may have Zeke week 1.
Make my birthday. Let's make my birthday great again.
And he'll be the highest paid running back. Because if they already offered him to be the second highest paid, I'm pretty sure they can swing a couple million more to be the highest paid. And I know people will say, well, he will be the highest paid even with this deal that they offered because Todd Gurley needs to pay state taxes, and that's 13%. Well, that to the players, that don't matter. On paper, they want that to be the highest paid, not after all technicalities of state taxes and taxes taken out, who's the highest paid. No, they want that on paper. They don't care what state they live in. On paper, if I'm not making more than you, I'm not taking it.
Yeah.
But with Zeke, this deal needs to happen because he's done with the little time that he has in the NFL. What he has done for this Cowboys team has been nothing short of amazing.
I agreeing with you. I was watching Gene Jack Taylor. I was listening to his podcast, like a clip of his podcast from his lunch. He has a lunch show on ESPN on the radio. And I totally agreed with what he said. He feels that he's going to get paid. He said he's not worried until September 4th. He's not there by September 4th. That's when he's going to be worried about what's going to happen with Zeke. And I agree with that, like the whole deal situation. But he said something, and it made me think. He said that Jerry said he will do anything to get us back to the Super Bowl.
Except for stepping down.
But if you're willing to do anything, you need to cough up money for your running back that's going to get us there.
It's true. But hey, it's still a work in progress, right?
Yeah.
They offered him this was the second offer that they made towards him. So this second offer was to be the second highest paid. And rumor was that he's leaving Cowboys to come back to Dallas. I believe that they're gonna talk even further, and he'll be the highest paid running back. So I mean, this is just us talking and thinking about it. There's nothing's official. We have no contact with Zeke or his camp or anyone. I wish we did because we want tickets. But
we love Zeke.
He's a great guy. He does good, but There's one little thing that he needs to work on is staying out of trouble. Doesn't mean that staying out of trouble doesn't mean that he caused the trouble or anything. Just keep your name out of that situation. Like I said, a couple of weeks ago, where if something's going on over there, you need to run that way and fast. Because if someone sees you, they will throw your name in there. And here we go again with this whole Zeke did this or Zeke did that.
You need a squad like I got, because we ain't gonna allow that to go down. If one of us is big and we out in these streets and we want to just have fun one night, you are not going to be able to come up to that person and cause drama. You're not. Like we blocking it. We stopping it. You're not. Okay, get a picture and then roll out. Like you cannot keep doing what. You cannot have a squad that's getting you into BS. Like I tell people all the time, like when Dez was getting into that crap, I said his squad ain't shit. Just like I'm going to say, whoever is around Zeke, me, Mike, Dex, you, Dre, all of us, Matt, all of us have said the squad around him ain't shit. And the reason I say this is because your dude keeps getting in trouble over and over and over. Somebody besides his parents, because his parents are saying something, especially Mom Dukes. Mom Dukes saying something. But you got to have friends to be like, bro, you got to sit down, or you need a security. Matt Mike said, just get a security squad, period. You need that. You need somebody in your team to be like, block the BS and keep walking. Okay, you got too many. You probably got old teammates. I said this before. You probably got old teammates from Ohio State that don't have an NFL job that you can hire as a bouncer. They said they can just get you to stand in as a guard. I'm telling you, boom, get you a mat. Ain't shit happening. Ain't shit happening. That's Dex.
Bruce,
that was Dex. He said
Bruce Thumb.
Yep, that's Dex.
Dex said Zeke seems to be a target, but he should get paid, period.
Yeah.
Yes and no. Yes, he should get paid, but he needs to stay out of trouble. Because you can't have your player that you're paying to be the best, to be the top paid running back, to be constantly getting in trouble and be focused split between game and someone else. You want him to be focused against with what he's trying to do with his team. Can't be just okay. I'm here, but then I also got to take care of this because I got in trouble.
Yeah,
can't do that.
I do a fantasy show, Cowboys React. I do a fantasy show on Saturday mornings, at 11 p.m. Central, 12 Eastern, every Saturday. So yes, we do fantasy. I picked up in his fantasy league this week because it was before all this contract drop. I did pick up Pollard. I think it was like the 8th or 9th round. I picked up Pollard.
And then in my league, someone did pick up Zeke in the first round.
Yeah, they were right before me. Yeah, and so that's how I ended up with Christian McCaffrey, because I just knew that Christian was not going to be there. But yes, we do fantasy. But I think there's going to be a stipulation in this contract about him getting in trouble. You're going to lose money. I really do think there is something like that in that contract. Because your name has to stay out of the press.
And something has to be in there to protect the team as well. Protect their investment. This is their investment, right? Because you can't pay someone, like I said, you can't pay someone just to have them not focused 100% on the team's goal. They're focused somewhere else. You can't do that. Yes, so that's why I said yes and no, where he seems to be a target and needs to get paid. Yes, he needs to get paid, but he also does not need to be a target. He needs to work on that himself, because we can't, or not everyone around him can make him to be focused. I understand he's young. We were young. We all were young once, right? We all wanted to party.
I'm so glad when I was 23, cameras were not rolling.
So so I understand that, it's that mentality. I'm young. I'm getting paid millions.
Young and wild.
And I want to party. But you also have to understand when something goes down, and you have that name, especially with the Dallas Cowboys. I
Yeah.
mean, everyone knows who you are.
Everyone.
You're everywhere, especially with what you have done on field. When you jumped into that Salvation Army's bucket, his picture was everywhere, so everyone knows who this guy is. So if he's gonna get in trouble and they see him over there standing in the corner, they got to throw his name in that mix.
I'd rather get him get in trouble for jumping in that bucket.
Yeah, because he donated what?
21,000.
Yeah.
21,000, but then the numbers went up right after that.
Yeah,
like
because everyone followed.
Yeah, he jumped. So I'd rather you get in trouble because that NFL was so mad at him for doing that.
So
I don't care.
He donated.
Okay. He donated, and everybody donated after that. So I'd rather you get in trouble for jumping in that bucket than you out here just in the streets just trying to live life.
I understand.
And you can live life. You can live life, but I know you have a big enough house that you can party at your house. Get people at your house that you know, that you trust. You can't get a scallywag that you just met at the club on Friday. You got to have your squad that you've known forever in that house, and there you go. You can relax like that. Or you can go to a club and rent out a whole level. No one comes in that you don't know. No one comes out. I don't care if you want to bring somebody in that you just met downstairs. No. You got to put up rules. No one new comes in. This is it. This is only for us. If you want to talk to somebody new, get her phone number and then y'all can text. But you're not bringing her in our squad.
Yep.
It has to, but I really do think that stipulation is going to be in that contract. Something about his behavior is going to be in that contract because you cannot allow, because you know Jerry loves press. Jerry loves negative press. Jerry loves positive press. That's why Jerry keeps saying the shit that he keeps saying. Dex came up to me, made a comment the other day and said something. It was the Zeke Crew comment. And I said it before and I'll say it again. If we tripped off of everything that JJ said, you would just stop being a fan. Because he pisses you off. He keeps the name. He keeps our name in the press some kind of way. Who do you think dropped Dak wanted $40 million? It was JJ. To make him look like he's this bad guy. Because there's nothing else bad about him. There's really nothing bad about him. But like I said, oh no, you're good, Dex. I'm just saying, if we tripped off of everything he said, I would just stop being a fan. Like, I would stop buying jerseys. I would stop getting the NFL package. I would stop everything because he does that on purpose. We had the conversation. He was like, I was heated. Yeah, I get it.
Heated when?
But that whole Zeke Crew comment, he was heated. He was heated. Look, Mike was heated.
We have said this over and over again. Jerry Jones is a great businessman.
Great.
Okay. Now, hear this. He lives off of Eazy-E's philosophy. All publicity is good publicity. Doesn't matter what the content is, if it's good or bad. As long as your name is relevant to the media, it's good. Because your name is out there.
Yep.
And that's what Jerry Jones lives by. All publicity is good publicity. Even if they have some type of Cowboys something, they have to pay for it. Someone have to pay for it. He's a great businessman. So he's going. So yes, trying to make someone a top paid player at a position, that will take some time. And like I said, when they offered him to be the second, a deal is coming out soon.
Yeah.
The Monday, this early part of this week.
It's gonna be Dak. Watch.
Early part of this week, another deal will be made.
It's gonna be Dakota.
Oh, speaking of deal being made, Jalen Smith.
My boo got paid. My boo.
Talk about coming out of college with a devastating knee injury.
Yeah.
Sitting on the sideline for the first year. Coming out second year and showing
up and showing out.
Coming off that devastating knee injury. And then coming out to be a starter year 3. Well, technically year 3.
Yeah.
But his second season playing, coming out to be a starter, taking over Sean Lee's spot.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
And my mom didn't understand the significance, so I had to like break it down. She's like, "Oh, I remember the story." I said, "Yeah." So imagine you're not supposed to be playing football at all. Cowboys drafted you in the 6th round?
It's a hell of a deal.
And so they got him. They got him for a steal. They got him for a steal, and now you about to get this payday. You're about to get the payday. You just got the payday out of your life. Like, this is what you've been waiting for. This is the story that you want to hear. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand Zeke. Zeke comes from money. So don't Zeke. I understand Zeke, got his money too, but Zeke comes from money. Jalen didn't, from what I'm reading, he didn't come from money like Zeke had money. So this is one of those makes you feel good stories that he worked this hard, got hurt. Imagine if he was a first round, how much we would have had to pay him. It would have been way higher.
And then going where he did showed like, hey, we're gonna take a chance on you.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out, we're not broke, but you still get paid.
Yeah.
But now see what he has done in the last 3 years.
I'm happy.
This is awesome. This is great.
Him and Van Der Esch together, or Country Strong as we call them. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Alien and the Wolf, Predator and the Wolf. Yeah.
What does Jalen Smith say? Clear eye view. Hey, he got the clear eye view this season. So here we go. Let's go.
They just confirmed that Lamar Miller did tear his ACL.
Friends, man.
I didn't want to hear that. He did tear it. The MRI confirmed it today. That it sucks because he's actually one of those players that doesn't get hurt that often.
But the play. When I saw it happen, I didn't see his legs get chopped, but I didn't think that would be that much significant of an injury. But then when they show the replay from the camera angle behind Lamar Miller, and when he got hit in the legs and how his leg reacted, he got stuck on the turf and then went that way. That's why I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I saw it this morning, rewatching the game since we only saw like half of it. So I watched it this morning. I saw it in like slow motion, and I was like, now I see where he got hurt. Like, I could have paused it and been like, circle. I need one of those, just a circle. Yes, right here. Yeah.
Yes. If you're, is he mentioning talking about Lamar Miller respecting?
No, I think he's talking about Jalen.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember that a little bit behind, just a little bit.
Yeah. Jalen Smith. Yes, he is a respected guy.
I do need a teleprompter. I don't need a teleprompter. I just need one of those screens so I can run up, circle, draw, doodle. I'm just saying, we need to work on it.
You work on it.
You work on it.
I already have a job.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you need to work on it. You see? Yeah, see? Yes, it's like, now I don't need a big ESPN board, but just the size of the window so I could go back there. Look.
Anyways, prayers up for Lamar Miller. Hope you get a strong recovery and come back strong next year.
Yeah.
But I think we covered everything. So all in all, defense really showed out last night. I had no complaints there at all. They play fast. They play strong. Our starting offense, quote unquote, showed good signs of moving the ball downfield. Of course, taking advantage of a good turnover from the defense and capitalizing instead of just putting up threes. They put up 7. When
here. did all this stuff last night. He did not miss.
You just jinxed the hell out of that.
I'm just saying this, but it was just I said it before the game. I said it after the game. I said it after the game. Get out here. Anyways, we're gonna talk about Chun real quick. Jordan Chun. I talked about him a little bit earlier. He is from Troy. He's been on the team. This is his second year. He was a practice squad running back last year. He did make the bowl in his last 2 seasons with Troy University. I am liking what I am seeing from this kid. He's getting gritty with it. Like he's taking the hits and still he's doing like you could tell he's following Zeke, and he is doing a miniature Zeke, I guess you would call it. But I do like what I see. I like to see him more. But if we keep 3 running backs, which we usually do, I think Chun's going to be our third, behind Pollard, behind Zeke. I don't think it's going to be Weber. I know we talked about it earlier, but his game has not transformed into an NFL career yet, not from what I'm seeing. Pollard is changing it over, but Mike Weber's has not. I have not seen that. Yes. Moment you're going to make the squad. I have seen it from Chun, and of course we've seen it from Pollard, but I have not seen it from Mike Weber.
I don't like. I'm missing up whenever he's in there because
exactly
he hasn't made an impression on me. So I'll let you take over that.
Yeah, because he hasn't done much.
Nothing to say about him.
Yeah, he hasn't done much. Like last night, he didn't do much. You know, even though sometimes he's been coming out with Cooper Rush, sometimes he's been coming out with White, but he hasn't done much. He like 5 for 17. Chun had 7 for 25, but he did have receiving yards. 2 for 10, and so it's like he's looking better. Pollard right now overall is looking better. He does have a receiving touchdown. Not Pollard, but Chun does have a 2 for 23, and he does have a receiving touchdown last night. So those things those simple things, even though it's only 23 yards and a touchdown, those small things they take a look at on are you trying to win the team or not? Are you trying to
if he hasn't made an impression on me to comment what he's done or doing, maybe he'll be a practice squad if no one else picks him up.
Yeah, a lot of Ohio State fans are hoping they can get that Ohio State 1-2 punch like they've had before with him and Zeke. You're not getting it right now. You can count that as a loss, but you're not going to get it at this moment in time. I'm not saying if he's still in the practice squad, there's a possibility he could still come up. And he could still, even next year, if he's still there, he could make the team. But we have to see what he's be able to do. Right now, he's not wowing me. And that's why, when I start looking up Pollard and I start looking up Weber and I start looking up these backups, I was like, I fell in love with Tony immediately just from the highlights I saw. Even though Weber was supposed to be the better guy because he went to Ohio State. Everybody should know I'm not a big Ohio State fan. But I just thought he was a better guy. Weber was a touchdown machine in Ohio State, but we're not seeing that right now. I understand it's preseason, but this is when you're supposed to show up and show out to make a team. No comment? No comment? Nothing?
No, because like I said,
he's not doing nothing.
He hasn't. I haven't heard him or seen him to have him have an impression made on me or me to have anything to say. So
Alfred Morris did get a touchdown last night. Oh man, Alfred.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's about it. Yeah.
Next week, who do we play?
Let's see.
A team? That's a good team.
Ain't it?
We're still on. Can you go up and hit the number 4? See, I'm teach you everything I know. Because I know it's a Thursday game. We play the Buccaneers. The Succaneers, as a couple people were saying it.
So that's gonna be a game where
Succaneers.
a whole lot of players will be trying to make a last second impression to make the team.
Yes.
Because that's basically the tryout.
Yep. And then next week after that, September 8th. My birthday. My birthday. My birthday. My
You
birthday.
mean first week of
My
football?
birthday. My birthday. My birthday. My birthday. I'm just saying, that's why I love my birthday, because that means football's back.
Football's back.
And my birthday. You better, do you want to see life after my birthday? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Life insurance policy that I don't know about.
I know your life insurance policy that you know about.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you, people, guys, for watching.
Yes, we'll be on probably Friday, next Friday, because this one works on Thursday, so we will not be on right after that game. We'll be on Friday. Probably Friday. We might do it Friday night, so the kid doesn't have to be in the video with us. But thanks for everybody coming on. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the inspiration, comments, everything. We appreciate it. Check us out. Sugar Prohibited Network.
Hey, the eye roll is always deep.
It's always deep. You taught
can't
Tariq.
do halfway.
You taught Tariq. But check us out, Sugar Prohibited Network, on Facebook, on Twitter. It's SP Network _1. We're on Instagram. Find us everywhere. We're on Spreaker. We're on Anchor. Tuesday night, check us out on Spreaker. It's Red Cup Rants. I'm on Saturday, 11 a.m. Central, 12 noon Eastern, fantasy football, dynasty or bust. And like I said, we'll be back. We'll do this after every Cowboys game. You'll get a reaction from us. Even if it's not the day of, it's going to be the right next morning or next day. We're going to tell you the reaction. But we're trying to do it after every game so you can get that feel of.
And our focus may not be I won't say the focus. I'll say the shows will be a little bit longer because we do watch not just our Cowboys game. We watch all of the games for fantasy purposes. We may have a game going on here, so we may be going back and forth just to be a little bit longer. But after every game, when time permits, like if it's the Cowboys are playing a night game, it'll be the next day when we'll be doing the show.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's on a Sunday and we're doing the show, we're gonna have the game coming on here because I do have multiple monitors. We'll have it up here so we can maybe throw in let y'all know, hey, this just happened or that just happened.
Yeah.
But it may be just a little bit longer, but yeah, we're gonna try to do this. This is our this preseason.
And our first year doing this.
Yeah.
Because I finally convinced him to do it. He's so natural at it. He doesn't
let us know how we are doing because the feedback is appreciated. And for
Thank you, Matt Mike.
To improve or to just kill the show altogether.
Yeah.
But it's busy today.
No, he said he's busy today. He said he loves our. No, we're busy today. We're about to do a comedy show. So
he was right. So Eric's so busy today.
Yeah. So
he knew we were busy.
So again, I thank you for everybody who came on. We will check you guys out next week, and we'll probably have a whole bunch of updates of who we think will make the team and who don't. Yeah. All right.
Go Cowboys.